I'm starting the hairspray technique, or using the hairspray technique. We already got the hairspray in. Just using some hot water, a brush like this, just going into a place, soaking it. You can start scraping it away. Also, I'm using one of these brushes that I use for the painting. The other side's got a scrubber on it, and it actually does a really good little effect. Wish I had better light out here, but I think you're getting the gist of it. Let's just take another part over here. Let's see, we have any rust going on in this area. Let's get into here, the wood, and then scrub it a little bit. And actually some paper towel sometimes just to help get the lifted paint off. It kind of absorbs it. And there we go. We got rust. So I'm going to finish this up. Do some of these edges too. I don't know if they'll show up. Do another section right about there. And scrub it. And go in there and take the damp paper towel and kind of absorbs it up. Yeah. There, we got some rust going in there now. Is that showing up? Yeah, it's showing up really nice. And let's do a, let's see here, nice little clean corner. That kind of lifts it, and there we go. We got rust. So that's going to be it for right now. And I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. This is turning out to be a fun project. I think when we're done with here, we're going to come into doing a satin varnish, then actually going into an oil wash. Not overly saturated, but on all the bolt heads, I think that'll make them pop a little bit more. And this is turned out to be a fun little project. Thanks. I just found some good light in my garage, and we are finished with the removing the paint. And here we go. We got rusted metal, and I think it turned out pretty well. From here, I'm going to let this dry overnight. Then I'm going to coat it with a nice Krylon satin varnish. Then we'll do an oil wash on the bolts. Add a little more detail to it. And this thing will be ready to load it with paint and hang it up on a wall. So that's it for right now. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in a few. Okay, we're done with the chipping, and I've got a can of, so you can see this, Krylon satin. Shaking it up a little bit. It's a little cold. Trying to get this stuff going. And I'm just going to give it a quick couple coats. Keep the pan moving so we don't have any cooling. And then we want to protect all that chipping we did. I still see some, like where I've hit it, it's bubbled up a little bit. I'm going to see if I can protect it, kind of cool. Like the oxidation just really got into the metal and it's just starting to buckle it. But I'm going to continue doing this and not bore you with it. And we'll be back. Thank you for joining us. We're going to start on the oil washes now. So let's just get in here a little area I can show what's going on. This is the day or the night, the morning after a satin varnish was sprayed on here, a couple coats. And I'm just doing a light wash right now, see how this turns out. This is some black oil paint and some odorless terpenoid. Might be this laying down too. There we go. And this is really simple, just going around each faux rivet, I guess we call it, with the wash, and just letting the oil wash do its work. And we'll go through this later and probably do some streaks too, so we can just like some natural streaking with the oil. I'm probably off the camera right now, trying to get as much of this as possible. But I'm just going to finish this up right now, and we'll be back. Thank you for joining me, and looks like we're almost done. Thanks again. Well, it looks like the oil wash is complete. I'm going to let it dry for a while, and I think I like the effect, the natural streaks, like the gravity of it having sit up like this. And I used, excuse my camera real quick. I used some Winsor & Newton colors. I used a burnt umber and a lamp black. Real simple. I think I went into the screws a little bit, and I kind of mixed it up. I hit each of the rivets with the brown and the black, and let it kind of mix together and drain down. I think I like the effect. I guess that we will call this a Space Hulk paint rack. Old and decrepit and rusted out. I think it came out with a cool effect. I'm going to let this dry probably for a couple hours at least, and then come in, probably not do anything to it, then hit it with a matte varnish, and we're done, and we're going to hang this up and put some paint in it. Thanks for joining me, and this was a fun project. I hope you got some ideas from it. Thanks. We're at our last stage right now. I'm just shaking up a can of Krylon matte finish. I'm just going to hit it with that real quick, and we are going to be done. And I think the next time you see this, it'll be hanging on the wall and filled with paint. I want to thank everyone for joining me on this little project. It was a lot of fun. I want to thank again the original paint rack guy was Savage Models, and then obviously the latest one and the most one that pushed me to do this was Zombies Are Cool Painting. Awesome job on that rack. And I got the idea. I mean, that's the whole thing how this got constructed. It didn't take a lot of work to do it. It wasn't very expensive. And that's it. Thanks again. Well, the moment of truth. It is up. Looks pretty good against the wall. And now we will be back and load it up with a little bit of paint. Well, here it is, filled up with my paint. I had to stack up the P3 a little bit. But the Freak Flexes are going to go to in the next rack I build. And that'll be strictly for the Badger paints. And these will be all Vallejo. Down here, Model Air. I got the metallics and the regular. We have Vallejo model colors. There and there. And then we have the Army Painter full line. We have Reaper, which I'll hopefully get more of those. The P3, which will expand on that. And then the Freak Flexes, which are all going to be replaced by the Badger Minotaur, excuse me. Then those have a catch-all kind of thing up there. And those golds will probably stay there too. But thanks for joining me. Hope someone got some inspiration for maybe tricking out a paint rack or some kind of fun little hobby or project, excuse me. And that's it for this. Thanks.